Hello friends, welcome to the presentation of my financial predictions for July. I'll cover gold and oil. I believe they are going to be very interesting for this month of July. I am also doing some kind of experiment with them. I want to see if they correlate heavily with the Bitcoin and basically the crypto charts that I made on my other channel. If you want to see them, go check that out. But yeah, it's a very crazy experiment, I believe, and let's just go on with it. So I believe this month for gold could be quite interesting. Usually gold continues, has a trend of almost always going up. Okay, it has been already several consecutive months where gold just keeps climbing up. But this time it looks like this could be different. Okay. The reason why I say this is because this gold chart has way more red boxes than green ones. So what this means is that anytime a box appears, those days are significant, could bring some significant volume, so some significant volatility, to the markets. So those will be very interesting key movements that we have to pay attention. The fact that they outnumber the green ones almost tells me it could be a red month for gold. I say almost because I don't have the exact, I have not done the monthly prediction, okay? This is on a daily time frame. So I really don't know, and I really don't care because no one is paying me to do that. So unless someone actually wants the gold monthly prediction, maybe I can do that, but all of that information always goes private. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know what this could represent. I'm not an expert on regarding gold. One of the things that I know, a very basic stuff, is that whenever gold goes down, things in real life, like geopolitical stuff, tends to be kind of normal, kind of chill. So maybe this means it could be a good month overall in terms of stability. Maybe this will bring some kind of divergence regarding cryptocurrencies. That's why I said it's an experiment. But yeah, we can see, for example, tomorrow we could see a very volatile day tomorrow. The next week, we could also open with some volatility and close with strong corrections around the either 10 or the 11th of July. And I'll cover all of these rest of the days and weeks as we go by, obviously. So this is going to be the presentation for this chart. And now let's take a look at the oil chart, okay? Okay, so kind of similar to gold, kind of similar. So look at this. Another pattern that we see on this chart that we see on gold is that the red boxes also outnumber the green ones. The yellow boxes that you can see, they always represent volatility, but it's undecided volatility. Basically, anything can happen on those days. I'm getting equal amount of signals for both corrections and impulses. So something could happen around those dates, and people need to be prepared to see some eventual volatility or corrections. But gold also presents some kind of divergence in a way. We can see there's an entire week in yellow circles. Let's just fix this because the 8 is repeating. So it's an entire week of nothing but yellow days. Yellow always represents range or volatility. In the case of oil, it's been very volatile so far. So I believe most of these days will be absolute volatility, absolute insanity. And what I can see is that this range could be around the 7 and the 9, and around the 10 we could see maybe a strong correction. We can also see very strong volatility around the last days of July, so that will be interesting. Maybe the last week will be very hard to define, and will be maybe something crazy will happen around these dates. Some people actually tell in it's nothing related to finance, but there was apparently some girl in Japan that was also kind of she had the ability to predict the future, and she says something crazy is going to happen around the 5th or 6th of July, something like that. So in my finances, in my financial charts, obviously 5 or 6 are not market days. We try to actually go to the Bitcoin chart. I believe I do have some strong volatility program for the, yeah, I have a strong volatility for the 5, for the 6, but especially for the 5th of July. So maybe something crazy is going to happen there. I don't know. And especially not in the sense that I'm saying the same thing that she predicted is going to happen, or is going to actually replicate across the markets. I don't know. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. Again, you want any more exclusive information, you can always write down to my email or a quick comment, and if I have enough time, I'll try to answer all of your questions. But yeah, having said that, have a good day. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.